piece. Lord, how I gave my parents fits. Tried so hard to raise me right, but I was born to run the night. Dad took me hunting when I was a kid. Wouldn't believe what the hell I did. He said, boy, hold this. Told my cousin, you better run. Last time he poked fun at me, got my with a tree. Wow, son of a gun, paid for all I done. Swear they'll get us here, 'cause I ain't done just yet. Full drive, blue lights lit up my brown eyes. I just tried to play cool. Cop said, boy, you're just a fool. Cuffed and stuffed me in the trunk. Next time I won't get sold. Why, son of a gun, pay for all I've done. Swear they'll get us there, 'cause I ain't done just yet. My parents' couch, tried to figure out what love's about. Mom came busting through that door. What? No more. Kick that girl out in the street. Next time I'll be more discreet. Why, son of a gun, pay for all I've done. Swear they'll get upset, 'cause I ain't done just yet.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from a bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. That I'm leaving with a bag. High five to the scarred and the strange. From the outlaw that'll never get tamed. Biscuit beats from the pirate band.
Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, running with I should probably sound a hit, boy, because I got all the hits, boy. All that Drake, you got to chill. I be on my little mouse drill. All that rap to pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills. All up on TV, I thought it made me richer.
This defense for the Bears, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
They'll go over the middle and read complete.
And I think This is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Now Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down. They go with Jacobs. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon.
What is that?
Looking to throw is Williams. He's got the Michigan man, Colston Loveland. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A gain of 7. First down, fair.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's second and 1.
A gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Again, they run again. It's McCaffrey. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Rome Odunze, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. You look at this Bears defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Got his man, Dell. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The Packers had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
They'll try and throw for it here. He'll try to do it himself. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That's a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
And able to steer clear of that first tackler as he works his way forward for about 4. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Throwing, Jones. That's complete to Wicks. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 22-yard touchdown ground. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Throwing is Williams. And he is caught. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll go play action here with Williams. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. You look at this Packers defense, it's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Normally you want teams to gel late in the season, but this unit, they've been terrific right from the word go. Came in as the number 1 rated unit against the pass in the NFL after just 1 week.
He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
First down. A gain of 14. And the Bears first down.
Off the play fake, it's Williams. Over the middle, that's to Loveland, the tight end. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 25-yard line.
These two teams all tied after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. To the air, Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Williams. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To throw, Williams. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Zach Harrison busting through to get him for a loss of 6. This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Here's Williams. He'll try to do this himself. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Back to throw. Williams. Got his man. It's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Jordan Addison. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bears have taken the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to drive underway. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Bears are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
put a drive together. Working out of the gun, Williams. And just not enough on the throw there. Now around his feet and incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with the catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
From the gun, here's Williams.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Colston Loveland, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
2nd and 5.
The 28-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Reed. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning, so maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Jones.
He gets that one complete to Wicks. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The line prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Play action. Now Williams. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Williams.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, it took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Back to throw again.
There's a short one caught by Loveland.
And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a 1st down as he stopped at the 48.
On 4th down, here's Williams. And they'll find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try to keep people in front.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Jordan Addison.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
From the gun on third down, Jones. He's got his running back out of the backfield. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Off-play action. Jones. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw. Jones. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
19 Lions.
Jones, a final shot before break. And this is going to be intercepted. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. On play action, here's Williams. That's complete. Luther Burden. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw is Williams. Over the middle and complete to Addison. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
12 more yards there and another first down.
That's another Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Quickly to Addison here.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
That's good for the Bears. First down. 1st and goal, Chicago.
Throwing again here, Williams.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Colston Loveland, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2.
Williams going to throw for it.
And it'll be intercepted.
And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Bears 33, Packers 14.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
And the kick team down there quickly. They don't have to run as far as they used to. And they're able to stop him before he can even make it to the 15.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Throwing Jones.
That's complete to Wicks.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
14. And brings up 2nd down at the 21.
Up the middle they go. Haynes. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 of the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now Jones. He finds his man, complete. That's Haynes. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And this one's incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones.
It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good look at the end of that one.
That's a gain of 8.
Jones looking to change the play.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to go on top for the end zone.
Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Still going. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line.
70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
He had been held in check. Now he breaks that big run. Shows the explosiveness we all knew was there.
All right, tell the truth now. You knew it was just a matter of time, didn't you? We've seen this so many times from him. Hold him down, and then breaks out.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready to run!
They'll run with the Rutgers man, Kyle Monunga.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7. Addison will go in motion left. Throwing is Williams. Pass complete to Addison.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Addison will go in motion left. To the air, Williams. He'll try to pick it up himself.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs.
Now this is a feeling I can relate to all too well. Deflation on 3rd and short. Excellent coverage, took away all the short routes, but the one person who wasn't accounted for, the quarterback, and he used his legs to hot-foot it for a 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
To throw, it's Williams.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. 3rd quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Williams looking to do it himself.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
To throw, Williams. He had a man open, but he missed him when it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now Jones wants to change it up.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man complete. That's Reed. Got the defense on their heels. 2 first downs in a row and now a pickup of 8.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Jones. And he is caught. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18.
It's a gain of 23 yards. That's another Packers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Jones. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10.
Now 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun. Jones. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
And the Packers 1st down. 1st down and goal to go.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got it. It's caught for the Packers touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
36. Packers 20. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. He's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. 1st downs, they can't touch the ball. Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good down, come down the stretch in the 4th.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41. Here's 3rd and 6. On the option to give to Swift here. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Here comes the Bears punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did give 9 back on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Fighting through it. He's got space. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to be touchdown, but he's got the first down. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Haynes. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 38, Jones. Now he'll tuck this and run. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. He'll try and do this himself. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And I think the ball's out. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Here's Jones. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Here we go.
Now Jones. He's got his man. It's down with it. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line.
Packers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
To throw is Jones. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Jones. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Now 1st and goal.
That's another Packers 1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Jones. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to 9. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
He's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And the lead will hold at 10. And that miss should just about write a finish to this one.
Yeah, they needed 2 scores, and they needed that field goal there to be the first one and still give them an opportunity. But now, with the time left on the clock, I think this one's about finished.
Now Jones.
Wide open receiver complete. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Here's 1st and goal.
18 Cardinals.
Jones. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
A loss of 2 on the play. It's 3rd down and goal to go.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Bears, it's an early road victory as they move to 2-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Typical body of a donut, that's so typical. Turn like a god, that's so typical. Please don't more this, that's so typical. Don't wanna talk about it, so cynical. So cut it out like a umbilical. Don't wanna risk the ouch of the ridicule. It's so typical, the visual, I feel like the one. Yeah, I wake up every morning, I'm trying to ride the wave, I'm trying to get me paid, I'm trying to move and shake, I'm trying to walk away, I swear my wrists are great, I'm getting used to change.